Do you know how to extract salt from the sea? The salt that we use in our daily food comes from the salty water of the sea. But to extract salt from so much water is as easy as it looks. In reality, it is equally interesting, long and laborious. The water of the sea is not just water. There are many minerals in it, such as sodium, chloride, magnesium, calcium, and potassium. The most important of these is sodium chloride, which we call salt. And if you take a liter of seawater, it contains about 10 grams of salt. Now imagine, there is billions of liters of water in the sea. So how much salt must be hidden in it? But the question is, how is salt extracted from such a huge sea? For this, humans adopted a very simple and natural method: drying the water with the help of the sun and air. This process is called evaporation, and this is the oldest way to make salt. Large sandy beaches are created on the shores of the sea, which are called salt fields. These fields are not like ordinary. They are specially prepared so that the water dries slowly and the salt can be collected easily. These fields are divided into many parts. Each part is for a separate step. First of all, the water of the sea is brought into these fields through rivers or pipes. This water is first collected in a large pond, from where it is gradually increased. Then this water goes to small ponds, where the water gradually dries due to the heat of the sun and the wind. For the pew, this process is very slow. Sometimes it takes many days or weeks. As the water dries, the amount of salt present in it increases. First, the small particles separate, and finally the salt begins to solidify. When there is very little water left, the salt appears in the form of small white crystals. These crystals shine in the sun and gradually form a thick layer. Now the work of collecting salt begins, which is the most difficult and laborious. The workers stand in the scorching sun, scratch the crystals of salt, and collect them to make a pile. This process is called the cutting of salt. Machines are also being used in many places today. But even now, this work is done by hand in many areas. The collected salt is not yet completely ready. It contains soil, sand, and other impurities. Therefore, the next step is cleaning and processing. The salt is first washed with water, then it is sieved, and then it is dried well. After this, iodine is added to some salt so that it can be more beneficial for our body. Whiskey. Iodine is very important for our health, especially for the proper functioning of the thyroid gland. That is why most of the salt available in the market is iodized. Now the clean and ready salt is filled in small packets and sent to the market and chew, from where it reaches our kitchen and increases the taste of our food. But do you know that there is another way to make salt? At some places, the seawater is taken to large factories and boiled. When the water boils, it becomes steam and flies away, leaving behind pure salt. This method is fast, but it takes a lot of money and energy. That is why in most parts of the world, even today, the traditional method, that is, making salt with the help of the sun and air, is used the most. Now imagine how long a small grain of salt takes to reach your plate. It includes the depth of the sea, the heat of the sun, the strength of the air, and the hard work of the laborers. So the next time you put salt in your food, don't just think of it as an ordinary thing. Because that salt is a priceless gift from the sea that makes every food delicious,